Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, I am Scoots Martin.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, and you tuned in to another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. Brother man, we got a good one tonight.
Yes, sir, we definitely do, man. We've been holding this one off for a minute.
Absolutely. But before we get into this, we got to hit our favorite segment. This is where we give you sort of like the trailers before you get to the feature presentation. We call this What We Watching. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What we watching?
What we watching?
All right, man. So what you got?
So I got a man. I've been trying to tell you, but this Apple TV, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, this shit is blowing up. So
Absolutely.
this one kind of hit me out of the blue. I didn't even know this was coming, really. But first of all, starring my girl Nomi Rapaz. You know what I'm saying? I see her. I always got to check it out. I watched the movie in a totally different language about half lamb, half human out here, just because she was in the movie. But she got this movie, man, new movie about the space and shit called Constellation, and it's looking pretty good. I think I'm 3 episodes deep right now. New episodes just dropped, so it's seeming to be one of them ones, man. It's mystery. It's then you get the great cinematography when it comes to being out of space and all that type of shit. But it seems like it got a little sci-fi shit going on with it as well. But it's looking pretty well, man. So I'm watching Constellation on Apple TV Plus.
Cool, man. That's what's up. Excuse me. So for me, I have been waiting to see this for a long time because I thought the first one was pretty dope. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, but I did get a chance to see it on HBO Max. On Max. Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely worth a sit down and a watch. If you are into the superhero or comic films, it's definitely worth it. I feel like if they would have put these out before Justice League, it'd have been a little bit better. But after Justice League, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You're killing me, Smalls. But but it was still good. Jason Momoa, man, I can't lie, he got it. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a action star. No matter what he's in, no matter what he does, he has it. So I was all in with that. I like him as an action star. I hope he gets a couple more roles, or really a lot more, in this genre, whether it be superhero or just plain out action. I think this fits his, it fits his persona. But for sure, man, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom, go check that out. It's on Max. It's out now. You will not be disappointed, for sure. So today's episode, man, we are covering Nightcrawler. Came out in 2014. It's about a con man who is desperate for work, who finds his way into what would you call it? Journalism?
I mean, I guess it's a part of journalism.
Well, it ain't reporting.
Well, I mean, he's an ambulance chaser.
Yeah, okay, there you go. He's a con man who becomes an ambulance chaser, and he works his way into the local news scene by doing the most salacious things possible. And it is starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Renee Russo, Bill Paxton, and Riz Ahmed. Those are the main characters. Amongst a few other castmates. But listen, starting this off, I was watching this and I was like, hey, I feel him. I get it. I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels to sell some footage to a news you know what I'm saying, company. I just recently did it. We talked about this maybe a couple
Yeah.
episodes back where we had a snowstorm here in Ohio. I recorded it and it sold, and I was like, yeah, it feels good. But I sold it through an app. I didn't directly go to the news company and was like, hey, I got some footage for y'all. So I don't know exactly how he feels, but I could feel him. I get where he's coming from. Now, I will say this: the lengths that this man went through to get some footage in order to sell, I'm never gonna do that. I tell you that right now. I'm never gonna do that because this nigga was tripping. So first and foremost, let's start off with Jake Gyllenhaal's character. His name is Lewis Bloom. Okay, Lewis Bloom is a guy who is pretty much uh struggling to find his way through life. You know what I'm saying? He don't got a real job. He's out here selling scrap metal to get some money. And one day, after selling his little scrap metal pieces, he drives down the highway. He sees a bunch of police cars around a crashed car. He stops, he checks it out, and he sees this guy jump out and records the whole thing. He's getting all the footage. And then he's looking, he's like, man, this nigga making some money, it seemed like, because he has an employee or an assistant, whatever you want to call it. And Jake Gyllenhaal says, maybe I could do that. Or I'm sorry, Lewis Bloom. Lewis Bloom says, maybe I can do that. He then goes to find out the you know what I'm saying, how to get a camera and what you need to do to sell to a news company, so on and so forth. And then he begins his journey. Now, at first, shit was sweet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, he doing a pretty good job. He went to go get his camera and he recording all this footage and he getting everything he need. He sold his first piece of footage, got a nice little check from it. And then the weird shit start happening. So when you seen this nigga, bro, first and foremost, I will say this. Something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a true introvert. You could tell he doesn't have a lot of social interaction. Off of the way he was talking to the guy at the scrapyard. So how did you feel about Lewis Bloom in the introduction and to his character?
I think the way that the writers chose to introduce him to us was dope as fuck. Because starting out by having him at the scrapyard, running into a security guard, and then he sees that he's talking to the security guard guy like he got lost. And so then he sees that he has on this nice watch. It shows you wrestling the man. And then it goes back to his car, and then my man got that watch on that he wrestled the man down for. So introducing him like that, and then you see him with the stuff from the scrapyard, and then he goes to the scrapyard, and then he's dumb enough. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say dumb enough, but he's not like with him being an introvert and not really interacting with people like that. He don't know that. First of all, this guy that you giving the scraps to know you stealing this shit, and then you ask him for a job, and then tell him that you know how you can be a great employee, you a quick learner, and all this type of shit. It's like, dude, he know you stole this shit.
Right.
Like, and he said, "Yo, I'm not gonna hire thieves."
Exactly.
But also with that introduction, with you learning who Lewis really is, like you see that he's like, you know what I'm saying, small time hustler. He'll do what he need to do to survive because he really don't want to work. But then it's not only the fact that he's seen the car crash and then seen Joe come out with his, you know what I'm saying, with his other guy and they filming this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that he's like, yo, this is something that intrigues me. This is something I want to do. The next scene, my man is just sitting by the beach, just chilling.
Yeah.
See this biker You know what I'm saying? He got on the whole bike suit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, with the helmet, you know what I'm saying, skin
Hold
tight
on,
joint.
wait. Time out. Cause you said biker. So this nigga is not a biker. He's a cyclist.
Cyclist.
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
cyclist.
He's a full cyclist.
Yeah, because a
Flex
biker is
on
a
stuff.
motorcycle.
He had to, yes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I apologize. Yes, you're right. And my man, you know what I'm saying, he probably got the Live Strong wristband on and everything.
absolutely. He definitely got Live Strong wristbands. That nigga had the whole get up, bro. He got the bike police and everything. For sure had the wristbands.
Everything. So it shows him standing there, puts his hair up, and then the next thing you know, my man is at a pawn shop riding a bike, selling my man at the pawn shop like the bike is his. They straight up stole the cyclist bike.
This
And
nigga
so,
said I paid $3,500 for it though. I paid $3,500 for the bike. All I'm asking is for $250. $250.
yo, my man, and it's like that just tells you the type of person that he is right there. And to start the movie out, and this all happens, y'all, in the first like 10 minutes of the movie.
Man.
So introducing you him like that, you know this guy is willing to go to the extreme for anything. And the way that this movie ends, you understand from the way that it started, nothing fucking surprises you.
Right.
Because if that's how the movie started, of introducing you to Louis Bloom, you know this dude be willing to do anything to, you know what I'm saying, succeed, shoot to the top, however you want to put that shit. But
Absolutely.
this dude is wow, boy. To start the movie like that,
it's crazy.
Wow.
So he leaves the pawn shop. My man gets a little bit of change, but he gets a police scanner. Mm-hmm. Yep, police scanner, and he gets a video camera. And with this equipment and a little bit of change, he decides to say, I'm going to find all the crime scenes, all the accidents, whatever I can to get this footage. He gets it. He finds a local news station. He goes to the local news station and he sells the footage his first time. It's on time, it's there. Now, excuse me, as somebody who has done this before and has done this on multiple occasions, I can understand how it is getting the footage and trying to sell it, right? Because it's really like first come, first serve. Fortunately for me, I have a service that I can go through where you just load it up, and if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much everything is yours until they actually purchase it. So there's been times where it's been like thunderstorms, there's been accidents or whatever that I've taken footage of or whatever from afar and sent it in and tried to sell it or whatever. Luckily, the last time I accepted a job, I actually got it sold. So we watched it, of course, just like him, we watched the news just to see if it popped up. It popped up. I was like, yo, that's me. That I recorded that. So, you know what I'm saying? We was in the house watching that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the excitement. I understand the joy of seeing your work. What I don't understand is how you can get to a certain point that he got to where you're willing to do anything to get, you know what I'm saying, that I guess you could use the word salacious, that salacious footage. Because me personally, as somebody who, you know, I feel like I'm real cutthroat, but I'm not that cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if it was a zombie apocalypse and like people was around me, I could kill them off and be cool on my own. But I don't feel like in a moment of despair, I can go and run in somebody's house and like move bodies around so I can get good footage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yo.
Like in a zombie apocalypse, I'm good. I could take everybody out, but in that moment, like when humanity is flourishing, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So go ahead.
and it started out like what I love about it was the build up, because if you're really paying attention to how, you know what I'm saying, how they got into Lewis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the very first thing he did in that very first footage that he sold, he just got really, really close to where
Yeah,
the EMTs was working on this guy, right?
yeah,
That's the only reason why they even took his footage, because they was like, "Yo, like you really close." Like
yeah.
like they was like the quality's not good, but the closeness of it. All right. So
Absolutely.
you're like,
We in
okay,
there. Yeah, it felt like we in there.
exactly. So
Yeah.
then you go to step two. Well, there's this shooting at this house. My man sneaks into the house.
Oh my goodness.
Not only do he sneak into the house, there's two bullet holes in the refrigerator. My man moved pictures.
Moves pictures around it to make it look more
Make it look like,
sentimental.
yo.
Come on.
And then he
But you know what? That's when I seen that scene, I was like, yo, this nigga is a genius. Like, yo, he knows what he's doing. Because who would have thought of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who thinks of that
yeah,
in that moment? Yo, oh shit, it's a picture of him and his family. It's a picture. Let me move these up. Let me move them around. So it looks like, you know what I'm
like the
saying? Like
bullets just missed.
exactly. And then he turns the camera, you know what I'm saying? He sees the mirror and he sees the family talking, and then it's the bullet holes in the mirror. Like everything is just set up so perfect for him to record, and it looks good. And it's like, yo, he got the, to me in that moment, I felt like he did the proper thing. In that moment, I can't be mad at him because it looked good. Everything looked so good. I'm like, yo, as somebody who messes around with cameras and does photography like at the lowest end or whatever, I'm like, yo, this is phenomenal. But at the same time, it's like it feels so inhumane though.
And that's what Frank was tripping on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when Nina saw the footage,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, yo, this is awesome. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank is like, yo, this kind of looked like you just broke. He's like, how did you get in? He's like, the door was
Yeah,
open. He's like, dude, this footage looked like you broke into their house. And then he was like,
absolutely.
the only reason you got their name because he stole their mail. What the fuck, dude? That's a federal crime. Now you didn't go into the mailbox.
Right.
Well, you stole somebody's mail just to
But
get their
see,
name.
you now this is where I give Nina her credit. This is where I give Nina all her credit because she not only thought on her feet, but she knew we can't put this out unless we hit the legal department. She called her girl from the legal department. How can we put this out legally? Because we got in-depth footage. You know what I'm saying? We got everything we need to do. How can we make sure that we don't go down with this? They was like, yo, you know, make sure ain't nobody faces being shown. Make sure that you blur whatever you need to blur out. As long as you don't put out no names, as long as you don't really put out no real information besides maybe an address, you good to go.
Well, that was
No,
for,
that was yeah. That's
yeah,
later on,
that's
but I'm
later.
just
Yeah.
saying, like, just the genius of her, because even with the break-in thing, she was like, "Yo, okay, we know the names and everything. We know all that. Let's cut this part. Let's cut this part. Boom. This how we gonna show." So really, when they even played back the footage, all you seen was the refrigerator with the bullet holes in it, and then you seen the mirror with the bullet holes in it, and it still gave them that same. You know what I'm saying? It still gave them that same feel of, yo, this was an invasion. Um, what I also thought was interesting was he was saving or he was dubbing everything that he recorded.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was a very interesting part of this whole thing was the fact that he would take it, he would record everything, he would edit it up, but before he would do that, he would upload it onto a hard drive. And
Yep.
then he would take the footage, he would edit it, and then the edited footage he would sell to the newscast. I forgot what they news channel. I think it was channel 2.
No,
if I'm not
well,
mistaken.
you talking about where Nina's at?
Yeah,
Nina's at 6. She's at
6.
channel
Okay,
6.
6. So he would sell it to Channel 6. It would already be edited. You know what I'm saying? All she got to do is review the footage, make sure ain't nothing too messed up on there, and then they would run it. And it was like he was giving them such great footage that it was really putting the news company in position to really be like you know what I'm saying, get the most views out of everybody around, even though they was already in the doghouse.
See, that's the thing. And as weird and as this is the thing about Lewis, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think Lewis might have been a little bit on the spectrum,
Yeah,
right?
I think so too.
Because how ridiculous he was. There
Yeah,
was a reason why, because there was a scene where Joe was like, "Yo, why are you going to the news station?" He was like, "Dude, you could just send the videos
and
in and
I
go to the
felt,
highest bidder." But
mm,
there's a
mm,
reason. There's a reason why Lewis did that shit. Lewis did that because, and the reason why he chose Channel 6,
mm-hmm,
he looked Nina up
yeah,
and he knew, like, yo, I can manipulate this situation a little bit because
absolutely,
she's in a
absolutely,
contract year. She never stays at a place for longer than 2 years.
right,
They at the bottom of the fucking news ratings.
mm-hmm,
So he's like, yo, if I can get the right amount of footage, I can be single-handedly responsible for her either staying, her getting read up, and if the news ratings go up, he can say, yo, y'all news ratings went up because of me.
absolutely.
So that was fucking genius. And the way that he strong armed her, yo, that's the wildest fucking shit I've ever
Yo,
seen in a
I
movie,
I
bro.
do not fuck with the way he's strong on her. I do
That
not
was,
fuck with that.
I do not either. That was
Yeah,
very
because that
fucked
was,
up.
yeah, and it was. Don't get me wrong, it was genius, but the fact that he created a relationship out of that, I didn't fuck with that because it was like, fam, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have literally just kept doing what you was doing and eventually created that relationship. Now, eventually down the line, you see like she ended up going with the flow and really fucking with him because of how far he goes. But at the moment when they at the restaurant, they having dinner or whatever, and he's doing this thing, and it's like, wait a minute, this nigga set this whole thing up just to get this relationship out of this one. That's crazy.
Really, to get the draws, really.
I
I
mean, yeah, for
mean,
sure. I was trying to keep it PC, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely to get the draws because that was his whole point. His whole point was, look, if you fuck me, you can get whatever you want when you want. I'll go as far as you need me to, as long as you give me a relationship and you fuck me. That's basically what he was talking about. The question I have for you though, because this
what's
is
up?
what I thought. Because you bring up Joe, and I felt like if he would have went with Joe, that whole situation would have been way better than what he was already into. How do you feel about Joe's proposal to him in that moment?
I thought, okay, that's a great question because initially I thought if you're talking reality of how
Mm-hmm.
way things are going, it was a great proposal because he already had the second van, he already had the equipment and all that type stuff. I take one side of town, you take the other side of town.
And
We
he
can, you know
had
what I'm saying?
top notch equipment.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Joe proposal was a great proposal,
It really was.
but what Lewis wanted to do, Lewis just was the type of guy of like he was foreseeing the future
Mm-hmm.
of what he wanted and
Mm-hmm.
how he didn't really want to deal with anybody else. And I thought the proposal was a very perfect situation because both of them was very eager at what they were doing, and they were
Yeah.
both was really good at what they was doing. But Lewis really kind of wanted to take the game and run it over, but there was a reason why he chose Channel 6. It was because he
Mm-hmm.
researched Nina. So,
Absolutely.
like I said, he was thinking completely bigger than what Joe was thinking. Now Joe had a great proposal and a great
Was it
idea.
though?
Well, look what ended up happening at the end of the movie.
I mean, yeah, he clipped this nigga fucking brake lines. I mean,
yeah, that part too. I mean, that part too. That's how he got Joe out of here.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But that was and oh man, he's losing.
So this is what I'm saying, right? With the ideas that he had, because he ended up signing Rick onto his company, which poor Rick.
Fucking Rick, man.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Rick. Man.
Rick had I don't feel bad for Rick because Rick had opportunities to get the fuck on, but we'll get to that. What I'm saying is this, right? So you have this opportunity presented to you by Joe, and Joe says, "Look, I can cover one side, you can cover the other side. We can pretty much take this shit over together." And the route that he was taking, right? It would have made more sense because Joe told him, "I have police connects, so we don't even have to go this far to do this type of shit. We really can just be on the scene. Boom, soon as shit pop, you don't even have to worry about going as far as you do, so on and so forth. Blah blah blah. All you got to do is take my second van."
Yep.
I think because of who he was and what he was doing, I think his ego got the best of him. Because in that scene, he told him, "I want to grab you by your ears and scream in your face to tell you that I don't want to do this. But I'm going to go home and do some accounting. I get it. You making a lot of money. You doing your thing. If you take Joe's proposal, right? Joe brings you on as his second. And he shows everybody, hey, this is the guy that's going to work with me, so on and so forth. When we get to these locations, remember his face. We good. You can, all the shit that you was doing, you could have kept doing. And it wouldn't have been an issue because now you have people within the force that you can talk to that you don't have to worry about all that shit. So now you and Joe making all this money. Y'all out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, y'all out of here. Y'all covering multiple bases at once. Joe get one news station, you get the other news station. That's double the money or triple the money for real, depending on how much you know what I'm saying is done. Like I feel like he could have really took himself to new heights if he would have took that opportunity. Because you got somebody who's been in the game, you got the connections, and you already got free will to all of the fucking situations.
Well, I think that what you're saying in a normal person situation, that's how it would have went down. But because he was willing to do what nobody was willing to do to get these stories or to get these certain shots, that's how he was able to, you know, in a way, really come out on top. Now, yes, you're right. Cutting Joe's brake lines and actually filming him. And Rick even told him, like, yo, that's wrong. Like, he's one of us. And but he's like, yo, like, this is a story and, you know, blah, 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 and all this type of shit, which was very fucked up. But he didn't have any moral lines or nothing. Like, and like I said, the shit gradually got worse. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, there's also a scene in this movie where there's this very serious, very bad car accident. And my man he pulls up to the scene, he's filming this shit. And he's like, yo, I can't really see the body.
Well, the body wasn't in. Well,
it wasn't in the light because
there you go. Yeah.
My man, y'all, listen. I'm speaking to the people who may not have seen this movie. My man sits his camera down, runs down there, drags the body, an unconscious body on the ground, drags it.
Well, at that point, a dead body.
Was it dead? It probably was dead. So drag the body, and then go back, pick up his camera, and film this shit. Yeah. It's like, first of all, he's breaking all of the fucking rules because when you pull up to a crowd scene, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, you can see the drag spots. Like, Somebody drag this motherfucker. Like,
Come on, man.
that's the one thing. If so, I was listening to the rewatchables,
Yeah.
and so they got this one part that's called the picnics of a movie, like kind of what you did for the whole Insomnia movie, right?
Yeah.
So, so the one thing that really tripped me out about this movie is how nobody talks about how this body was dragged. Like, Nina called out how he had blood on his shirt, you know what I'm saying, on his arm and on his sleeve. That was like, the finals, we'll get there. But this motherfucker was literally chasing a car chase and faced no consequences.
Let me tell you something. What the fuck? So let me tell you, I'm with you. But I will say this. I feel like because the detectives eventually found him, and of course he gave his name and all that other shit. Yeah, cool. I feel like they knew that whoever was working with News Channel 6 is the nigga behind all of this bullshit.
Oh, yeah. When she sat him down at the end, she just knew that.
I will say this too. I hated her character. Okay?
Why?
Because she played Sissy in Snowfall. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not over it. I'm not over it, bro. I'm not over it, man. I'm sorry. The whole time I see her in the movie, bro, all I can think about was, bitch, you ruined it for Franklin. This nigga could have been a fucking billionaire by now. And you ruined it for him. You killed that nigga, man, and you ruined it. That's all I was thinking of. I was like, God damn, why she had to be in this movie, man. God damn, bro. But no, she does a great job, though. I have to give her that. She does a great job as a detective. But the whole time, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, whatever you do in life, you ruined it for Franklin. If I ever see her, I'm gonna let her know. Like, oh, brother, let me tell you something. I'm gonna hug her. I'm gonna take a picture with her, and then after everything is said, I'm gonna get her autograph. After everything is said and done, I'm gonna let her know I love you, and I think you are an amazing actor. But you ruined it for Franklin. You know you did.
Yeah,
and I move hilarious. On. I'm telling you, man, I got to.
Hey, so okay, I know you've seen this movie, but I gotta ask for the purposes for the podcast. So you've seen A Low Down Dirty Shame, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you remember when Jada Pinkett Smith saw my dude from the soap opera? And she
yes. That's exactly how I am. Yo, listen, let me hug you, because first I gotta hug her. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful black woman, I gotta hug her. I gotta hug all my beautiful black queens out there. I got to hug her. I'm gonna take a picture with her. I'm gonna get my signature. I gotta get the autograph. She famous. And when I get done, I'm gonna shake her hand, tell her thank you for everything you've done. I think you are an amazing actor. And I'm gonna look her square in the eye like this. I'm gonna be like, you ruined it for Franklin. And I'm gonna walk off. That's it. That's all I got to say to her.
Yo, that was the all-time scene. Yo, if y'all never seen A Low Down Dirty Shame, but that shit was hilarious. She went up to my man. He plays on, I think he played on, in real life, he played on The Bold and Beautiful. Don't ask me why I know that.
It wasn't Victor Newman, was it?
No.
Okay. I would say everybody hate Victor Newman.
Yeah, Victor was that guy, though. But, yo,
it was a whole... But everybody hates Victor Newman.
Yo, listen, but it was a whole... Let me tell you, I told you, man. See, all right, so let me break this down for y'all real quick. So, back in the day, so my mom worked first shift. So, the stories played during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
12 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So, my mama had the little remote joint that was set to record the shit at 12 o'clock.
Right.
Until 4 o'clock. So, when we got back home, we never had really cable like that. So, there was really nothing in my room to watch. So, I used to sit in the living room with my mom. So, she would sit there and watch the stories that played from, 12 to 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I would sit there with her. Yo, when I tell y'all, it was a whole fucking season with Victor Newman. Just straight up left his wife.
Straight chaos.
My man Victor left his wife and stayed with another woman for like a whole fucking year, my guy.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Victor is that man, I'm telling you. But nah,
Yeah.
this dude played on he played on Bold and the Beautiful. He was a younger guy. And Jada Pinkett Smith walked up to him. She was so happy, man. I was like, no, 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 no. And then she punched my man in the face and said, "Why did you do old girl like that?" He's like, "Man, this shit is fake."
Let me tell y'all
This
something.
is
Let me
on
tell y'all
TV.
something. This is who Victor Newman is. If y'all don't know who Victor Newman is, okay?
Yes,
This nigga
that's
is the
Victor.
most. This nigga is the most diabolical man in all of story history. Okay, he's done. Whatever you could think of in stories, he's done it. He slept with. He slept with pretty much every woman you could think of, whether it be a stepdaughter, maybe a daughter or a family friend, his wife's friend, whoever. Victor Newman is the most diabolical. Victor Newman is the reason that women hate men today.
That's
I
hilarious.
promise you. I
Hey,
promise you.
Victor was that guy though. Victor was
Yeah,
that
he
guy.
was cold piece, man. He
Um,
was cold piece.
oh shit. But what was we at? We was at
We was talking about Sissy.
uh yeah. So Sissy. So when the one scene where oh man, which one? Okay, so
It was the first one with the
no
shootout.
no no
Well,
no. This is the home invasion. Well, what they thought was a home invasion, but it ended up
yeah.
being a drug deal.
Wait,
So
wait, wait. That's the shootout. Because remember, when he first went there, they parked the car, he went in there and he heard gunshots.
yes,
So
yes.
he heard gunshots, he got in the bushes and he seen the two men come out. They got in the vehicle, they drove off, and then that's when he went into the house and pretty much recorded possibly the greatest news footage ever.
That was insane, my guy.
Absolutely. The man got there before the cops got there. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is the thing I want to know, right?
Okay.
If anybody is from California, if anybody is from Southern California, the La Brea area, Chino Hills area, Cuyahoga County area, those areas, and the suburban areas in California. Please let us know. Is it okay to drive past the police when the sirens are on? Because from what I know in Ohio, when the police are driving past you with the sirens on, you are supposed to pull over to the right and stop. This nigga drove past in a red Charger.
Speedy.
No speeding, yeah, speeding. Nobody said shit.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah, so
That's the
let us
picnics, man.
come on. Please let us know if you are in California, if you live in the Chino Hills areas, Bel Air. What else did I mention? What was the other one?
Brentwood. You gotta put Brentwood
Brentwood,
in there.
Cuyahoga County, La Brea,
Chino
all those.
Hills.
There you go. All those fancy places. Let us know if the cops turn on their sirens. Is it okay to just drive past them if you're on the opposite side of the road, or if there ain't no blocking or whatever the case may be? Let us know. We need to know this.
Yes. So he goes in there, and like you said, I would agree with you, but it's still just something diabolical about it. But gives you the greatest news footage you ever
Man,
could see.
man,
But like I say, it's very 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 sick.
yeah.
So he goes to Nina. Now this is after he's had the conversation with Nina, and
Mhm,
he had a little bad spell for a second.
mhm.
So I'm building up
Well,
before we get to
well,
Sissy. I'm
well,
building up before we
well.
get to Sissy.
I don't know if he had a bad spell.
Well, it was just he wasn't getting well. What it was, he didn't get like two of the big stories that was out.
I call cap.
Somebody else had got
I
it.
call cap. I call cap. I
Well, okay,
call cap. I'm gonna tell you why.
okay.
Nina was still mad about the fact that she had to go and do what she did that night. Because remember, they had the dinner, they had the
Yeah.
drinks, and he laid out his game plan. She went with it. The next time he came through, she was bashing everything this nigga laid out. And she was literally like just going at him and going. And I'm like, yo, she mad about the fact she had to give up the cheeks for the footage.
I hear you, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying it to people can't be right because
Right.
but there were two big stories,
Yeah, the
but
plane
he
crash.
didn't get both of them.
Right.
He missed out on both of them.
That
So she was like, "Give me what you promised me."
yeah,
She was
you
like,
know
"There's
what? You right, and it's Rick's fault. But go ahead.
yeah, it is Rick." Well, he blamed it on Rick. Yo, get the fuck out.
No, it's Rick's
All
fault. It's Rick's fault.
right,
It's Rick's fault.
okay. Okay. So
Go
let me
ahead,
get
go
back on
ahead.
track here. So they both are right. Like you're all
Yeah,
right. She is
yeah,
mad that she had to give up the cheeks.
absolutely.
But there were two big stories that the
Yep,
other news channels had that he didn't have the
absolutely,
footage for. So
absolutely.
there's two situations going on there. So she ripping on his ass, right? So
Man,
anyway, he gets this footage, speeds past the police, you know what I'm saying, while they're going to the scene. And so she's like, yo, this is the greatest footage I've ever seen. My man Frank is like, yo, we can't show this. It's like, yo, this shit is insane. He's looking at not Rick, but Frank never liked my guy. Never liked my guy.
Joe was his name. Joe Loader.
No. I'm talking about the dude. I don't know if he was a producer or what he was.
That was
I'm
behind
talking
the scenes
about
with it,
Frank.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Frank.
Frank.
No, Joe Loader was the dude that was on the
The other van. He had the van.
Yeah.
He was already at the game at this point.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm talking about Frank. So Frank is like, yo, like we can't show this. He was like, this is
Yeah.
like, this is too much. And that's when you brought up earlier, she brought the
Brought legal
PR
in,
person in or whatever,
Yep.
and it was like, yo, like legally, what can we do? What can we show here?
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I be honest?
what's up?
Frank was a bitch. And I feel like Frank was aiming for Nina's job.
It's possible, but
It's
at the
more than
same
possible.
time,
It's more than possible. Because if you get this type of footage, right? You getting this type of footage. You getting the first account of everything that goes on. Now you know how the news is. You know how it plays out. You know what goes on. Fam, I don't need you in the back of my mind, right? Telling me, hey, we maybe shouldn't put this out because it may be illegal. Fuck all that. We got legal. Bring legal in, find out what we can do about this, and let's do it. I feel like Frank was jealous at the jump that she finally found somebody that she can connect with that can get her that type of footage. Because he stayed hating. He stayed hating.
Now, devil's advocate, right?
Okay.
Let's say he's the person that if they were able to get sued, that it will fall on his head.
But we know it wasn't only because she told that nigga, you are responsible for the headlines. You are responsible for the clips. So get your ass in there and clip it up and get the hell out of my way so I can put this shit together. That's basically what she told the man.
Okay, that's fair. Now, so the footage hits the news.
Right.
And I have to say, it's very difficult to be either play-by-play person or a news anchor. Because to be able to be sitting there talking and there's a person in your ear and you not either responding to this person in your ear or saying what this person is saying in your ear. Right. That's difficult to do. And you're reading a prompter. So it's a lot of moving parts that's going on with just sitting up being a news anchor. So you got this going on, right? So then that's when Sissy walk up in this joint and she's like, yo, first of all, how did you get this footage? When did you get this footage? Like, how do we know you're not involved in what's going on here? Because when she shows up, she's fucking pissed. Because she's like, and I understand where she's coming from. And then...
Well, she... Wait a minute. Because they showed up at the house first.
Yeah, they showed up at the house.
Yeah.
Which he's already had, which was smart. Because he cut the shit out in the beginning when he had the...
He said who he was. Remember, he said who he was off the rip. Now, once he was telling them on the broadcast, he was telling them to say that he was virtual
No
Um,
video.
video.
Uh, it,
It was VPN, Video Prime News or
produ-
something.
is it video production? What was it? It was something. He gave
It was
himself
video.
a name.
It was VPN. It was Video something News, whatever the P stood for, and basically he was trying to get credit for that. So
Yes.
when they was basically saying all that, they was going in, and remember at the time, she had said something. She was like, "Who took the footage or whatever?" He was like, "Yeah, it was me. I'm Louis Bloom," and he hurried up and got out there. That's when they knew who he was, and so from that, they end up at his house. They see that he got all the footage, I mean, all the equipment and everything that he had, the recorder or whatever, and get to ask him the questions. And she was like, "Yo, that footage was edited. Like you got the whole thing. What all did you see?" Of course, he withheld information, and they was like, "All right, cool. So for right now, everything good. If you figure out anything else, hit us up. You know how the cops do." That's where he fucked up, big time.
Well,
That's where he
what?
fucked
Well,
up.
this is what it is. Well. Technically, he didn't fuck up because what he did was he already edited out the beginning of the video, and he
Mm-hmm.
said, "I figured y'all was coming, so I
Yep,
already got y'all a copy."
absolutely.
So he didn't have to like sit there last minute and try to edit the shit out in the beginning
See, this is
because
you
he's
right.
already.
You right. This is where I say he fucked up. He fucked up because what he should have did was he had what the people look like. He had the license plate. He had everything that he needed to give them to
Yeah.
be able to solve this crime. Now, once you do that, you already got the scanner. You can go and find out everything you need to find out. You can get all the footage that you need to get. You already done helped the police. They got to give you some leeway for doing everything. You see how it worked with the news
With
company.
Joe.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Joe was out there, he recording shit. They didn't tell this nigga to back up or move or nothing. They was just saving the lady, you know what I'm saying, out the fiery car. Car was about to blow up. Save her out of there. Joe out there, he down there in the fucking cop's face. But nobody said nothing to him because he
Yeah.
had that rapport with him. I feel like if he would have took that route with what he was doing, it wouldn't have been no issue.
That would have gave him. Now you're right on the
Yeah.
point of longevity.
Yep.
That
Yep.
would have gave
Yep.
him longevity with the cops, and that would have gave him that relationship.
Absolutely.
But now, would have got him to the money that he got? It probably would have, but it would have took him longer to get there. But
I
because
don't
he
know.
went the route that he went, he
Mm-hmm.
was able to get that big payout and was able to buy
So
himself those. You know what I'm saying? I think it was
you're
three
right.
vans,
He
and
had two vans. He had two vans.
it was
You're
two.
right. So you're right. You are right about that. This is what I'm saying. So before he gets to the part where he gets the two vans, before he get the extra footage, all that, he knows what the license plate is. He knows what they look like.
Yes,
He went to go set them up and called the cops, all that shit. Imagine you already tell the cops everything about this, right?
yes.
Excuse me. You tell the cops everything about this. Well, you already have the footage. You already have the information. Once the cops get out there, you got the scanner. You can go out there yourself and
And film
record
them taking them down. Yeah.
a whole police raid. Take that back to Nina. Boom, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But because you got the shootout and all the other shit, it works. But this is what ends up happening. You lose an employee and somebody who fucked with you. We still got to speak about Rick, by the way.
Yes.
And you put yourself in a compromising position because now it looks like you set everything up for them to get fucked up so you could record it and then sell it. You know what I'm saying? That I felt like he made some bad moves, a lot of bad moves.
He did. He made bad moves, but like I said, it got him. what you're saying was the right thing to do, and that would
Right.
give him longevity, and that would give him leeway, and all that type stuff.
Absolutely.
He went about it the solo way, which, I mean, can you blame him for being the type of person that he was? Like when he had the conversation with Rick.
Yeah, not
But
really.
think
Not
about
really.
it. Think about it. When he had that conversation with Rick, he was like, "You is under the impression that I'm not good with people." He
Yeah.
said, "What if it?" He said, "What if it's that I just don't like people?"
And see, that's where I connected with him again, because I'm like, I don't fuck with people. I get it. Fuck this nigga
And
Rick. He's expendable.
well, Rick is definitely expendable, but
Yeah.
at the same time, the reason why he took him out was on some bullshit because you would have did the same shit.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
do the same shit.
And I ain't gonna lie. It made for great footage.
It did. It
Yeah.
really did. And if he was willing to film Joe and his demise,
Uh-huh.
he was definitely willing to do him and his demise. And then the whole shit of like he knew that he could take advantage of Rick because he
Mhm.
knew Rick didn't know shit about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he had Rick out there doing that shit for free, which was some bullshit.
Well, he was giving him $30 a night, so it wasn't necessarily free.
And then he told him he was like, "Yo, we doing good. You want a raise?"
Mm-hmm.
He don't know shit about shit. So he
Nah,
said
cap.
75. No.
Cap. Because before he said 75, he said 175. That's what he said. He almost said 100. He could have got paid 100 a night. Once everything happened, he shook hands with him, drove off. That nigga Rick thought about it and said, I could have got paid more. I could have got paid more, couldn't I? Absolutely.
Yep.
Nigga, that's your fault. You can't. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the only employee. If you negotiate anything,
you shoot high. You always shoot high.
Come on, man.
But
listen, if we in this situation right now, right, and they come to me and be like, "Hey, man, Scoots, I got this great opportunity for you." Da da da. You bring S dot along at whatever price. Da da. And I tell you, S dot, name your price, and you say, 75, and we shake hands on that. You can't be mad. You said 75. I didn't throw the number out there. You did. What I'm saying is, now in real life, I would never do that. Everything we do is 50-50 because we both got ownership. I'm just saying, you can't throw a price out and then get mad when you get the price. And then when you think about it, go, man, I could have got way more. And the nigga tell you, yeah. And you go, fuck. No, ain't no fuck. You got to value yourself more. Man, Rick was some bullshit.
I hear you. All I'm saying is Rick had no idea how much money he was bringing. Now, Rick knew he was making money with that little bullshit car that he was driving, and all of a sudden he got a Dodge Challenger.
Hey, let me tell you something. Yeah. If you get a Dodge Challenger right now, and we working on this, and you get a Dodge Challenger, we getting paid from all this, whatever, you get a Dodge Challenger, I got questions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got questions. Especially if you driving a hoopty. You driving a hoopty? I take that back. I'm not driving at all. You driving a hoopty. We riding together. And you get a Challenger? Oh, no. Hell no. We got questions. What's going on? How was you able to afford it? And I wasn't. What? This is a team. We a team, brother. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? If I come out with a 94 Saturn, okay, I got 94 Saturn. Don't even make them no more. You know what I'm saying? And then we go sell a couple videos. Next thing you know, I pull out in the Chrysler 300. You better be like, hey, sir, when the fuck did you get in the car? And what's going on? Cause what the fuck? Come on, man. All kind of questions needed to be asked. First off, where did you get this fancy ass light that's going on top of your camera? That's what I want to know. Where did you get this fucking boom mic that's going on your camera? How are you paying for this equipment? If I'm just getting $30 a night, fuck that.
Hey, wow, that's crazy. So
I tell you now, it won't be another podcast recording. It won't be another podcast recorded for some months before I get my contract renewed. Fuck that, bro. That's crazy. That's fucking wild, bro. He should have been asking questions. That's what I said. Rick, I ain't mad at Rick dying. He deserved it.
Yeah, nah, I don't do Rick like that.
Nah, man, fuck Rick, bro. He's some bullshit.
So he like you said, he didn't show them the footage of the car and all that type of shit. He went the other route. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna go to the dude's house. So they sitting out there waiting on my dude to come out. So dude come out, he follow him, pick up another guy, end up going to like this little coffee shop joint. So then he calls it in. And well, before then, when they were sitting outside of that dude's house, Rick is like, yo, what you're doing right now is fucking illegal. And I want half of what you get for this video.
Yeah. Yep.
And so he kind of strong arms him in a way, like he's been strong arming people all through the fucking movie. So he was like, all right, cool. There's no way I can negotiate with you. I give you half. So then he makes the fucking phone call. And so the police pull up and then that whole shit go down. Like I said, he fucking filming the whole chase, all that shit. No consequences, nothing. So then he gets out the car. So Lewis got the Lewis got out the car.
Yep. You right.
He goes up to the dude's car and is like, yo, he's dead. Get out and come get me a close up. Rick gets out the car, goes to give him a close up. Dude looks up, hit his ass 4 times. Bow, 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 bow. He hits the ground. Well, man, Lewis filmed the whole fucking shit. And then he just standing there filming my dude. Dude looking him in the eyes. They looking at each other. Then the police come and he filmed the whole shit. So then he walks around to go get his camera. Now, there's a dead body on, well, it looks dead from where the cops are. Nobody says nothing to the dude with a camera just standing over his body that's laying on the fucking ground. After they just shot a man, and then there's a dude just standing there with a fucking camera with his car parked in the middle of the fucking road.
Where Dr. Umar at?
All right, can we move on? All right, can we please move on? Can we please move on?
Because how the fuck do you not see this nigga walking off with 2 cameras? Meanwhile, not even that, this nigga car was parked right in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the road. Nobody says nothing. Then you go up to this body that from a distance it looks dead. Rick is on the ground like, yo, you knew this was gonna happen. Like you set me up. He was like, yo, he was like,
nigga was insubordinate. Basically, nigga was insubordinate. Nigga was insubordinate.
Yo, he said, yo, like you basically tried to strong on me. He was like, if you did it once, you would do it again. And he was like, dude, like, I mean, anything for a shot. So my man takes that in to Nina, and like Nina's like, yo, that's your partner. He was like, he loved what he did. He loved his job and all this type fucking bullshit and all of this.
I ain't gonna lie. Time out real quick. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal would have been a way better Joker than Joaquin Phoenix. I know them niggas look alike. I'm just saying. Jake Gyllenhaal would have been a way better Joker than Joaquin Phoenix. But continue.
And I agree with you. But at this scene, let me tell y'all something. All right, I wasn't gonna say this during this pod. I'm gonna say, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the makeup. I don't know if it was the hairdo. I don't know if it was the eyeliner. But for some odd reason, now don't get me wrong. I always thought Renee Russo was a good looking lady. Not you know what I mean. She was always just cool. You know what I mean?
I am with you.
But in this, I don't know what it was.
I am with you. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, when they was at the restaurant, I was like, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Hey, why not?
But man, the way she was she saw that foot. Yo, let me tell you something.
You know they smashed before she turned that shit in, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. What?
I've never seen a woman get wet from watching footage of people getting shot.
Let me tell you something. If I ever turn footage in, and that happens to me, she got your ass. Come on, man.
Hey, but she was ready, but she changed the
man.
voice up and everything,
Come
bud.
on. What?
But then, fucking Sissy came out of nowhere.
Sissy came through.
Sissy
Hating ass as usual. That's her MO. That's her whatever character she got, that's her MO. Hating.
She had the whole shit like she like that's one of those things where when you are a cop, you want to pull some shit that my man Al Pacino did in motherfucking Insomnia. She wanted to find a way to set my dude up because she had everything she said was right.
Well, she was on his ass.
Yeah, but she had no evidence to take him down. She knew everything that he did, and she was right, 1,000% right. But she didn't have no evidence to do anything about it. And that's where you see the end of the movie, where my man had the big come up because obviously that story, that video that he was able to get from that night, I don't know how much money she gave him for that. My man had
a lot. He got paid off that motherfucker. 2 vans?
2 vans. I thought it was
nigga had the graphics on the van. Nigga had the
graphics on the van. Dude, I'm telling you, I think it was 3 vans because I think it was 6 people.
No, it was him and 3 other people he was talking to.
That's why I think it was 3 vans.
No, I'm telling you because I just watched it. It was him talking, and there was 2 dudes and a girl in the middle. It was 3 other people he was talking to. The dude and the girl went off in one van. Him and the other guy went off in the other van, and they drive off on one street. The van goes straight down the other street.
And with that being said, he still called them interns, yo. Yo, this motherfucker don't pay nobody. That dude don't pay anybody no type of money, man. So he found a way to take VPN to the next level after Rick gets shot and killed in line of duty. And then you hire these people and tell them, look, y'all are going to work nights for me for free. Until basically I feel like paying you.
Eventually you'll move up. Until then, your ass is going to do whatever you need to do. Now, I'm not going to ask you anything that I wouldn't do. Because and that's some wild shit. That's some wild shit. Listen, that nigga said,
I'm going to give you one more time. And you do.
And that's it. And that's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I done told you too many times already, baby. That's it. Shit. He wasn't playing no games, man. He wasn't playing no games. I will say this though.
Hey, hold on. When he tell Rick, when he tell Rick,
I'm gonna give you one more time. And you do.
Hey, that's crazy as fuck, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Hey, nah, I'm gonna tell you what's even funny, bro. That nigga went in there and he was negotiating the prices. That nigga said 100,000. She was like, nah. That nigga responded back with
donations.
Shout out to Dr. Umar. Hey man, listen. That nigga was savage, man. That nigga Lou was savage, bro. Okay, that nigga didn't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you something. That nigga didn't give a fuck about nothing but the bottom line. Okay, he didn't. He was willing to go to a whole nother company. This nigga done already smashed this woman. This nigga done promised this woman all kind of shit. He didn't care. That nigga was willing to go to what do you say, News Channel 7 or whatever.
2 or something.
Whoever they was, he was like, they already done sent me an offer. I'm coming to you because we done hit. Okay, we already done smashed. So I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I ain't smashing nobody over there. I'm smashing you. I'm trying to help you out. You got to hit me off with some change. And man, listen, she ain't had no choice. And then at the end, this nigga telling her, hey man, you putting out the wrong story. She like, man, fuck that. Luda said, we all got ambitions. My ambition is to keep this fucking job. And she was with it. She was telling all the salacious stories at that point. So yeah, Lou moved up in the game, man. Shout out to Lou.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Rick, man. R.I.P. Rick.
Sir.
God damn, that boy went through it. He could have speaking of, we got to get to Rick, because Rick could have been left. Rick could have left, right? When they was at the spot at the restaurant, and he told Rick, I need you to get that angle at the corner. Rick could have been like, fuck all of this, and just walked off.
Well, he did. He did. But
he didn't. Because he didn't. Because he stood at the car. He thought about it, and he said, fuck. And then he grabbed the camera.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He pulled the camera out, got all the accessories, connected them, and then walked to the corner, wrapped his arm around the stop sign, and then recorded as if nobody could see him. Another thing that we got to nitpick at. Because how come none of the cops seen this nigga sitting at the stop sign? What? Across the street. Nobody notices this one lone dude sitting at the stop sign across the street with a camera? Nobody caught that. It wasn't like that was already there. No, they were pulling up, getting out of the car. They don't look and check the scene. No, they just know these niggas is inside, so they just zoom in. Come on, man. Horrible cop work.
This is very true.
Dude, man,
it's not suspicious as a dude across the street with a camera.
With a knitted sweater. With a knitted sweater with a hoodie on it. Nobody knows this dude on the stop sign. Just randomly sitting there on the corner, recording everything. Before you get there, by the way. None of that is crazy. Don't none of that shock nobody. Come on, man. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Definitely crazy.
Yeah, man. So we at the tail end, man. Let's go ahead and get into the fire flame.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what you got for the joint?
Cast was on point, man. I fought with the cast. I think this movie was shot well. I think it was written well. We went over a few of the things that probably would have. He still made it to the next level, but what he had to go through to get it is kind of hard to get there again, because how do we know you're going to be able to, to sneak into a house during a home invasion or a drug deal going wrong to get that type of footage ever again? That's the one part where he really messed up, because that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't know how many times that's going to happen again. But with that being said, Jake Gyllenhaal was the perfect person to play this.
Yeah.
With him doing this the way that he did, I always thought he was good, but he showed me a different range in this. And
Word.
But I'm still gonna give this a 4. It's a really, really good movie, got good replay value, but I almost gave it a 4.5, but like I said, it's a couple of nitpicks in there where it's like, come on, like some of this shit, man, ain't flying, man. So that's why I'm gonna give it a 4, man.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm going to give it a 4 too. The story was amazing, especially knowing that this is somebody who does something similar to what I kind of do. I had to give him his credit. Jake Gyllenhaal did an amazing job. Rene Russo did an amazing job. Um, and then for Rick is somebody that I know from Rogue One,
Hmm.
from Star Wars. So I've seen his face before. Um, everything pretty much just everything fell into place. There were no plot holes. The story just it fit. You know what I'm saying? You can understand how his character fell into the places that he fell in because as everything went on, his character kind of fit every scene. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like it was just a dude that was like socially awkward and then he just happened to fall into places. No, like he was planning everything from the get go. So yeah, I got to give it a 4, man. I definitely think that this movie is of that caliber for sure.
Definitely.
All
Good
right,
deal.
man. Let's jump into coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
So, oh, there we go. So, our next movie is or is this is your pick? So, is this a
Yeah, this is
movie?
a Apple. Yeah, this is a movie. This is an Apple original
Okay.
movie. Starring Julianne Moore, Sebastian Stan, your boy, Lithgow. What's his name? John Lithgow.
Oh,
Um,
John Lithgow's in this.
yeah,
Oh,
he's in
nice.
this.
Yeah.
Man, look, you are a guy of twists, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you about three, four of them.
Oh, I can't wait. I
Like,
can't wait.
yo,
I can't wait. I'm excited right now.
this movie, man, is so under the radar, man. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know the people that you run across,
Mm-hmm.
but people that I run across don't be having Apple TV Plus. And
You
I be
know
like,
what?
and I be telling people, like,
I
yo,
will say this. A lot of people who have iPhone, I mean, I know it's a bunch of them, but a lot of people who have iPhones and all that stuff, they do not touch Apple TV, bro. I don't get it. I
I
don't get
don't
it.
either.
I
I
don't get
don't
it.
either. Man, I'm telling you, I've not watched this movie two times already, and I'm telling you, this movie, man, is really, really good, and you're really gonna fuck with it. There's a lot of
Yeah.
twists in there, but it's a whole stuff about, what I'm saying, people just manipulating people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it gets to a
Yeah.
situation where the shit becomes a head. I'm not gonna give it away, but I'm telling you, this movie that we're doing, I don't even know if we said the name. It's called Sharper.
Mm-hmm.
Man, phenomenal movie, and I know you're gonna love it.
For sure, for sure. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I cannot wait. I've actually been building a list on Apple TV, and I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been boycotting Apple TV for a little bit, only
Oh,
because Severance, man. We need that. We
oh
need
yeah.
that. Come on, we need that next season. Come on, man, talk to me. Uh, like, what are we doing, Apple? Put it out. It's a phenomenal show. Keep it going. Do not let this one fall by the wayside, please. I need that. I need to figure out what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna check out Sharper. It's a bunch of stuff that I need to watch. Like you said, Constellation. I need to finish the last few seasons of C. Um, you know what I'm saying? Apple TV really has a great platform and they have some great original programming. So if you guys are listening, please tune into Apple TV and check those out. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you that. If you enjoyed this episode, if you did not enjoy this episode, if you too felt like Rick was expendable and everything that happened to Rick was supposed to happen because he didn't leave when he was supposed to, hit us up. Let us know on socials on IG and X or Twitter at ViewAnon Pod. You can also hit us up on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. Hit us up on the YouTubes. Comment. Let us know which episode you on. That way we can comment back. Um, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you are into this pod so much that you want it more, you can join our subscriptions episodes. $2.99 a month. The link is in the descriptions, whether it be on podcast platforms, YouTube, whatsoever. You can hit that link. You can subscribe. You won't be disappointed. We got a new episode coming soon, so make sure you get there. And if you want to follow me personally, hit me on Twitter or X at Scoots Bronson. I got a link to in my bio. You can find all my other places there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on X. At 28 minutes or less pod is just on IG. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less on all major platforms. I fucked up and told y'all the wrong thing last episode. The newest episode is episode 145, which is Power Book 3, Raising Canaan season 3. So that's the last episode, but I am working on something new. So be on the lookout for a new episode coming very, very soon.
Hey, shout out to 50 Cent, by the way, because to come up with Power and create the buzz that he created around that, and then to give y'all multiple episodes of the book about his character is genius.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know he gave y'all Tommy, I know he gave y'all Ghost, but I mean to constantly, you know what I'm
Raising
saying?
Canaan might be the best one.
Come on, man. Come on, man. At all of them, his character, fire. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to do it. Shout out to 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
It's really Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent.
No, his name is 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson. Nobody knows this nigga is Curtis Jackson. Everybody knows him as 50 Cent. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. You right though, but we gonna say 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, because you know what I'm saying. Don't nobody know the nigga is Curtis Jackson. So 50 Cent, man, salute to you, sir. I will say this though, man. For him to come up the way that he has, and for him to, you know, start off with rap and music and everything else, and then to eventually be able to move on to film, to tell stories the way he does, salute to that, bro. That is amazing. I'm glad that Stars is, you know, giving him every opportunity that they can, because I know BMF is another big show of his. So yeah, salute to 50, man. That's I ain't gonna lie. As a child of hip hop, fan of hip hop, it nothing makes my heart glow and beat harder than to see somebody of that ilk be able to move on and do something bigger. And I'm very proud of 50, man. So shout out to him. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode.
That's a wrap. Cut.